Greetings and good morning, everybody. Welcome. Holy cow. Look at the crowd. Did you see the number of you that watched today's video? Amazing stuff. I appreciate it. You guys are massively supporting the channel. And at this point, everything's attributable to you. That's right. Your comments in the videos, your comments during the live streams, your contributions to the channel in so many ways. I just want to say thank you. And as we grow, because of the generosity of people like Ruby Hoove and many other out there, we are growing in membership as well. Memberships are huge, big part of creators' support system. It really does help. And we appreciate each and every one of you. Couldn't do what I do without you. I'd still be doing something, but you guys really do make it possible. And we've got a lot of trolls now. I love that in the comments. I even respond to the trolls in the comments. And I'm not just talking about Putin's cat. It's great to see you all. Oh, what a day. Look at this. I mean, Ms. Pick Cafe is out there, of course. There's our favorite troll, Putin's cat's in the house. Great to see you, my friend. We've got Penny. We've got Morgan King. We've got Barry the Music Man. We've got the Weatherman who's here. Hopefully sans headache. And we've got, just amazing people from floor to ceiling, y'all. Saku, let me say this right. Saku Kocho. It's very sad you condone Tom's behavior. I don't know what you're talking about. But then again, I'm talking about a Bob Iger yes man sellout, since both of you just corporate yes man sellouts lost respect. Who sold? I'm so lost, my friend. I'm no fan of Bob Iger, so I'm quite lost. But thank you for letting us know. Chrisman Kirstani says, "Here, have a gifted membership." Thank you, Cosman. We appreciate it. I think everybody out there does as well. Who else is available today to say hi? Well, let's see. Man, Barry was chatty this morning. So was Putin's cat. Warning. Might cause rib damage. What? Will? I don't know. Who else is out there? Bemo Betta. Bemo Betta gonna be Mo Betta. I think I said hi to the lovely Jill Powers, the River Dr. Jill. I also said a great big thank you to Luis Messina, who gifted a CultureCasino membership. Thank you, Luis. Look at all the generosity in the morning. It is amazing. Walter Tomaszewski, how are you doing, my friend? I hope things are going well. We've had a little delay in our travel plans. That's something I will announce, I think, on Friday. But I want to say this. Thank you all for helping me get to 40,000 subscribers. I want to say thank you again to Ruby Who for 2 Culture Casino cash. Lurking today. Enjoy the day, everyone. Ruby Hoove, I hope you and Hoove have an extraordinary day. You guys are amazing. I appreciate it. You guys really... I can't even believe it. By the way, the favorite polar bar is here. I got a bear story for you, Snorty. I do. It's going to be fun. It will be fun. Hey, release the McCracken. What's up, Robbie? And Josiah Robinson. All right, everybody. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. It's a wonderful Wednesday, but it's also earnings day. Disney's freaking the bleep out. And, for good reason. Lilo and Stitch, the first $1 billion grossing title of 2025. You know why? Because Minecraft didn't go as hard in the paint as they needed to overcome the $1 billion barrier. But it's already got a Disney premiere date, and that's not going to, shed any light on any future releases for Disney. This is just a one-off. When they think they can actually make money in the theaters, they leave them in the theaters. When they don't, they pull them early. And this thing has been in cinemas since May 23rd. It looks like is going to make it over to Disney Minus on September 3rd. So there you are. Also, here you are. Fox actually gave us some profits information. Q4 profit rose on Fox News. Tubi is doing very well. I think they're going to clean Disney's clock eventually. It's going to take a little longer than we thought, but hey, we've got Trump going after Gayle King, according to Deadline. in the latest rant over CBS figure as Skydance Paramount deal nears completion. Are they trying to insinuate that Gayle King is going to get fired? I don't know. I know this. Hulu done. That's right. The Green Machine, Project Hulk, whatever you want to call it, is, that Green Machine, not the good Green Machine. But the Hulu is done. Over. See ya. It'll be basically replacing Disney Plus International, but be disappearing from the platform entirely. Disney boss Bob Iger says creating new IP is of great value, but they're going to keep milking what they can and destroying it at the same time. They don't know how to create originals. He just doesn't know how to say those words. Speaking of not saying the right words, Disney to stop providing quarterly streaming subscriber data. Why? Not because, it's they're going up, but because they're trying to hide the fact that they're going down. Over 700,000 subscribers lost, according to data received day before yesterday. What they said today, I don't know. And I don't honestly care. Bob Iger is a liar, and you know how you know that? His mouth is moving. But one thing they are going to get right is ESPN grabbing live events. Live events are the battleground. If you talk to Pro, if you talk to Jonas J. Campbell, if you talk to me, you talk to Valiant Renegade, we're all going to tell you it's the live events that everybody's going to farm for, not just for streaming, but also for any other content provision. So WWE, here we come, along with some other stuff like ESPN. That's right. The launch date is coming for the standalone streaming service. That'll be adding WWE, locking up the NFL, which, that was actually pretty big news. The NFL is going to acquire a stake in ESPN through, the deal with Disney that allows them to take over everything. That's right. NFL Red Zone and the NFL Network all falling into Disney's hands. And they're talking to other sports players as well. They're looking at bundles, ESPN bundling with other services. I think you're going to see that. I think it's possible you could see a get-together of Warner, or I should say, whatever the global networks turns out to be called, Discovery probably, might be a partner in that deal. Disney revenue and profits on the large scale rise as the company is experimenting like crazy with pushing the bounds of what people are willing to pay for things. Of course, it's a big push in there. This is news that actually hit at 3:45 a.m. because they start the conference call crazy early on earnings day, probably to obscure some information. We'll see. But supposedly they had a good quarter. If you look at the broader picture, I don't know how you could argue that. Just is what it is. So the Q3 profit is there's some upside where it matters most at theme parks and streaming. They're making a lot of money at the theme parks, but not because they have more visitors, because they're charging everybody mounds of money just to go. And that's only sustainable for so long. Eventually, people are going to go down the street to see new stuff and, go to a company that actually values the things. But Wall Street's holding steady, at least today, following mixed profit reports. I don't know how mixed they are. Everything looks like it's on the up and up. McDonald's, Disney, Spotify, I don't know what they're pointing to. I know that McDonald's posted better than expected sales, chicken strips, et cetera, et cetera. The Minecraft meal drove traffic. In fact, it's possible Minecraft is going to be a marketing giant in the future beyond, obviously, video games. That'd be interesting. We'll have to see, since we already know a sequel is on the way. New study sheds light on the fact that ChatGPT's interactions with teens is more alarming than we even imagined. Watchdog is trying to figure out how to break it down so that they can still allow young people to use AI. I don't think we should. I don't think chatbot should be allowed for anybody under 18. Why not? They're going to restrict everything else. We've got college applications rising outside of the U.S. That's good. We are not getting as many foreign students because, the administration's been cracking down on those visas and keeping the radicals out. Speaking of radicals, this bear went for a radical swim in a backyard pond. That's actually a natural organic swimming pool. Look at a bear. That's so fun. Great bear story. Thought you guys would appreciate that. Just a quick swim. Only 17 seconds of video there, but things are great in New Hampshire, Florida, the East Coast. You got lots and lots of bear activity. So be bear aware. And on that note, let's get out of here, head over to a little bonus time, and talk about the effects of Disney on the markets. It's going to be positive, at least for a day or two. But if you step back from just the numbers themselves, which most of you will, you get a sense of their literally squeezing the last little bit of water out of a rag. That's the only way to describe it. They literally, they've been dabbing the sweat off their brow and then rinsing out that last little bit of moisture, and that's it. I don't think Disney has a future that's going to be positive under the current leadership and the direction. I don't think you can forever bilk people of money. You just can't do it forever. People are eventually going to be like, there is nothing here. They're destroying everything. There's nothing new. Everything that I appreciated, the things that I was nostalgic for, have been eliminated. That's not great. I mean, if you're looking at this as a institutional investor, you don't care. If you're a big guy, if you're BlackRock, if you're Blackstone, if you're any of the other people out there wrecking our lives, State Street, et cetera, et cetera. They don't care. They just want that extra little bit of earnings out of, the company. Another, quarter of being able to leave Disney in the center of a stock portfolio, something to tout. The problem is that eventually that's going to dry up. They don't have original ideas, as you saw in the story itself. It would be nice, Bob Iger thinks, it would be nice to have original IP. I'm sure it would be. You have no interest in that. You've shown no interest in that. You don't invest in that. You invest away from that. So, yeah, it's pretty weird. What did Kerwin say? Hey, Terrafim's out there. I hit the like button. Did you? That would be amazing. Let's see who else is out there. Carl Singh is out there. Good to see you. I've been looking at some. I've been looking at some interesting approaches Disney could take if they wanted to get back to the business of entertainment for people, especially physical entertainment for people. But they're not headed that direction. They're going to try to maintain the same footprint in Magic Kingdom, within the bounds of the building envelope anyway. And there's so many other phases coming out of Epic Universe. Disney is going to be a decade behind for probably the next 5 or 6 years, at least. And then they'll just be one theme park behind Universal. So there's that. Fat Elvis, good morning. Sell, Mortimer, sell. I don't know about that. Look, if you're trading on trends, and again, I am not giving you stock advice. You can listen to me. You can follow some of the stuff that I'm saying, but your decisions are your own. So I would seek a professional. That's right. Go out and find the best money manager you can, and that's in your area. Stick local. Use a guy that's local, and let them take care of your investments. But always stay informed. That's the other thing. Always stay informed. Speaking of staying informed, I want you to know that Roland the Wretched was at last night's watch party. You, as a channel member, could have been there as well. Every other Tuesday night, for the most part, we get together and watch a classic film. Last night we watched, well, it's not really a classic, but it was a fun film, Beer Fest. Before that, we watched Super Troopers 2. Before that, Super Troopers. We've watched Airplane 2. We've watched all the Naked Gun films. So that's the kind of stuff we're into. Anyway, our good friend Roland says, well, I made the end of the 6 Minute Daily. The dinosaur movie without dinosaurs has made a profit. That's true. And Fantastic Boar and Super Stuff will not, especially with the new production numbers. Yeah, I know. As we saw those budgets come out, $350 million. F in the chat if you want $50K body wax. Wow. Okay, he's really pushing to get me to do the body wax thing. I'm not agreeing to that, okay? Just so you know. But what I am agreeing to is reading another wonderful, generous humans contribution of 5 Culture Casino cash, saying Disney should adapt their their musicals Ada into a live action film instead of another remake. You know what? You're right. You're right. And speaking of which, the Hamilton cinematic experience is coming at some point. Yippee. I want to say thank you to Who for gifting a Culture Casino membership. Thank you for that. And thank you for this. A follow-up super duper chat for 5 Culture Casino cash. That's right. So he not only gave you a gifty, he also showed up to say, have a great day, everyone. Thought I had one last WDW vacation in me. Not anymore. Not for the magic. Yeah, for me, the magic is dead. But that place down the road looks magical. Hoove, it does, my friend. Again, the plan was to travel at the end of this month and actually visit everybody in Florida and the East Coast, but I'm having to push that back a little bit at the boss's request. So looks like we'll be into October before I get to make it to Florida. So we will see. Hey, Michael Weinfertner is in the house. Good to see you, my friend. We got so much going on. It's crazy. Ram Bam 3000 winning. That's right. We are winning. Tom is out there in both forms, including Magnify over on the Green Machine. Jan Monroe is here. One of the things that I can appreciate about Disney is that they do leave it in theaters. There's no reason for the 45-day window when you could be making money up to day 160. They could. I'm sorry. The fact that they left it in theaters for 120 days was surprising. You know, Disney almost always chooses the path to cut off their nose, despite their face. They love it. They love it long time. All right, let's get through these. Sorry, guys, I'm way behind. Apex is in the house. 11 Alpha out there. John Monkey, what's going on? We got, let's see, Soup Can. Great stream. Thanks. Thank you, Soup Can, and thank you for being here. Much appreciated. Fat Elvis, thank you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the bear story. I thought you would enjoy it. Bear taking a bath in somebody's pool. That's a plan. You know, see, it wouldn't bother me, you know. Just it's time to shock the pool at that point because bears are not exactly clean. Sean Carter got a re-up on his membership courtesy of Who. That was great. The lovely Juliet is checking in across the pond. I think I said hi to her earlier. And our great friend Rogue Thinka is in the house. Greetings and hello. Hello, my friend. Hello. Razzie Fingers. Great to see you, buddy. It's been a minute. And what was up? Who else is out there? We got several other folks. Running with Scissors. Happy Hump Day. Hump Day. You know what day it is? Hump Day. That's right. Commander Ed Straker of Shadow. Our good buddy Donovan Bradford is out there. Trinoculus P. Politics kills creativity. I couldn't have said it better myself. So true. By the way, today's video is up and cranking. Thanks to you. That's right. It did get much worse for Fantastic Four. Woo! It got way worse. But we do have many shows going on simultaneously today. As you guys know, today was earnings day for Disney, which means Valiant Renegade was up at the early part of the morn to prepare and then deliver the stream that he was doing. You have That Park Place that went live around similar time. And of course you have me. And then you're going to go and visit That Park Place and WDW Pro and everything else that goes forward from here. This will be all about Disney earnings and a lot of perspectives you're going to get that are pretty informed. Here's an interesting take. We've got Zendo Deb. That's a cool name. Says they have no original IP. They also don't bother to protect their legacy IP. Both of those statements are actually true. And again, if you think about it, Disney is based off of old fairy tales, the Walt Disney's basic take on it. So their original IP is kind of, not. It's old fairy tales redone in a happier way. So there's that. There's that. The lovely Cynthia Carter. Good to see you. Hey, all. Just got caught up. Happy Wednesday, friends. Sounds like more of the same news day, which is okay. Big news, not always being good. That's true. The big news is going to be this might be it. This might be it. I want to say thank you for the gifties over on The Green Machine from The Weatherman. Amazing. Neat. That's what? How many? 2, 3? It's 2 so far. Man, Weatherman is generous today. Look at that. So if you are also on Green Machine, if you are a rumbler, if you participate in the rumbling of rants, if you hang out on other platforms, just know there are other ways to be members of the channel, courtesy of generosity and or your own free will. That's kind of cool. All right, who's out there? Jan says, I'll take boring and repetitive over earth-shattering. Well, no, I'm not going to dive into that. It's a little too speculative at this point, but there is some Disney news that's coming. There is. It's not great. Caveat ties in the house. Oh, irate specialist is putting the F's down in the chat, trying to get me to agree to something silly. I'm going to tell you, I will not do that. Thank you, Cosmin. Much appreciated for your support and your regular participation. We appreciate you. Hey, Rooftop Korean in the house. What's going on, my friend? 11 Alpha. Good to see you. Snakes. Use the chest wax to make overpriced hippie candles. What now? Dude, could you imagine? Thank you, Ms. Pick Cafe. I think I got both of them. I think so. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, could you imagine if I did participate in the chest wax thing? Do you think I could pull off I know it's not bathwater, but do you think people want to buy like chest hair wax candles? It smell rotten every once in a while because you know what when you burn hair, it doesn't smell spectacular. I don't know. We'll see. We got Wookie out there. We got lots of y'all. It's good to see you all. We got Matt G. What's up, Matt G? Dominique Lopez. Good morning, friends. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. Hope everything's going well. The lovely Tina Guzman is out there. Hey, Tina, it's been a minute. I know a lot of you were in stealth mode on the weekday shows, but I appreciate you popping up saying hi to everybody. It helps. Your comments right over there. That actually helps a ton with the channel. That's right. It's engagement. And you guys are killing it on engagement, like on today's video. Amazing, neat, super sauce, wonder stuff. You guys are wonder stuff. That's right. Sorry. Sound like one of my little relatives. He only answers to anti-culture. Who is that? Tobach. Who? Not me. Look at all these wonderful people. Hey, Rabbits and Reels is in the house. Great to see you, my friend. Morning Culture. Has the call started yet? As far as I know. I haven't covered the call. I covered all this news around the call. I didn't cover the call. That's okay. We got. I think it started over an hour ago, but yeah. Like I said, we can definitely follow up with WDW Pro, That Park Place, Valiant Renegade, and anybody who covered the call directly. Today, I just wanted to give you the straight news coming out of Disney, like ESPN and when it'll launch and everything else. So very, very interesting. Again, I'm going to say this again for the crowd. I am no fan of Iger. I think Uncle Bob was one of the worst things to happen to the company. He's contributed absolutely nothing. He buys stuff and then drives it into the ground. Guy takes a hammer to it. That's what I think. We got another wonderful, lovely 6 for 5 Culture Casino cash. It's good to see you, lovely 6. Do you think Batman Brave and Bold will happen? Wow. Okay. Oh man, they need a Batman. I think it's easy to shelve that. Maybe if they did it if they shifted it more to and focused maybe that property on animation, but I think they're going to shift it to Matt Reeves as Batman. I'm not sure there's too much going on in the background right now to even say. With the split for Warner Brothers Discovery, with Gunn being in charge of it, with lots of things getting set aside for DC, I think we're going to have to get through Clayface before I can even answer that question. Well, I tell you what, let's get through Supergirl before we entertain that, because what I feel like is that Supergirl is going to be the fulcrum on which all else pivots. Because Superman, while probably not going to be profitable, even when it climbs to about 750, it's still going to be shy quite a bit. As I said in today's video, I have a feeling that that may be one that either gets stalled out or completely off the board. So I think that the progress on a lot of other fronts and the stalling of other things likely is a tell that maybe they'll kick that can farther down the road. How about that? Does that sound good? I think Gunn and David Zaslav want Matt Reeves. Exactly. Yeah, I didn't even read this part. I would think Gunn and David Zaslav want Matt Reeves Batman, since it is a safe bet due to its success. Indeed. And again, it wasn't a massive moneymaker, but it's a safe bet. It made money. People want a sequel. They were hassling Matt Reeves to get said sequel. So Lonely Six, I think you're spot on and well done. Let's see. Hiker breaks all his toys. Yes, Trinoculus P. 'Tis true. Both made smart purchases. It's what he did after those purchases that ruined the company. Well, I mean, look at the fact that he's wasting Fox. He spent $70 billion plus. This is Iger, by the way. $70 billion plus to do what exactly? What's he doing with that? What is he doing with Fox? Not a lot. It took him forever to somehow roll forward with X-Men. They could have been cranking out X-Men forever. They didn't even have to tie it to the other parts of Marvel. It's very bad. Very bad indeed. Tyler Wells says, you really articulate things well, Culture. Well, thank you. And you have a very balanced reserve approach. Greatly appreciated, good sir. Thanks for the free membership last week. Hey, whoever gifted that to you, I'm going to thank them as well. And thanks for the compliments. I really appreciate that. It's very kind. Like I said, you guys commenting in the videos as much as you have been, and talking back and forth to each other in the comments, that's been happening too. That is really helping, and I appreciate it. I just want to say a blanket thank you to everybody, including the trolls that are saying ridiculous stuff in there. It's kind of funny. A lot of people are going at what I don't understand is why people are going at me and Tom. I'm like, Tom and I don't get to even hang out very much anymore. Maybe twice a week. And that's a shame. Tom and I used to be inseparable on streams. In fact, I really would like to get back to doing the Tuesday tirade show, which I think we could still do in the afternoon. I'll reach out. But regardless, I'm like, okay, attack me, attack Tom, attack. The problem is that when you give an opinion on the internet, or when you provide facts on the internet, you do open yourself up to a lot of silliness, and that's fine. You have to have a thick skin to do this, that's for sure. Davina Duckworth, good to see you, dear. We've got the lovely Ruby Who with another super duper chat for $2. Says, see you on the flip side, folks. Have a good one. Thank you, Ruby Hoove. You are amazing. We have such generous, wonderful humans here. I am so blessed. Anakin. Superman just needs $562 million to break even. I have it on good authority, now confirmed by multiple different sources that the film was well over the claimed $225 million budget. I want Superman to be very profitable, my friend. But it's going to need to make more than that. But you can't even, you're not even retiring the spend, let alone the advertisement on $562 million. So they did have a bunch of partner contributions of about $170 million. So there's that. We got another amazing chat from our friend Commander Ed Straker of Shadow for 5 Culture Casino Cash saying, what are you saying? What are you saying? You're saying, no cuddles, body and beard shave. Big Cuddles Casino brand Merkenwig merchandise, along with Cuddles Casino tacos by Chief Mexican Iron Man. There you go. Mikey definitely needs a part of that action. We got our wonderful friend Pilgrim Media for 2 Culture Casino Cash, dropping a quick listen to the earnings report. Horse poo, I say, I'm with you. And like I said, I took all the news items and just went from there. I really like the way that Valiant Renegade does it, and I love to participate with him on the calls. But at the same time, it's nice to sit back and listen to him kind of reinforce. And I know that's not a good thing. You don't want to have you don't want to always have your opinion backed up. But he sounds like me. He really does. So I love that. But thank you, Pilgrim Media, and I agree with you. Horse doo-doo for sure. But SFXF 314 Sabretooth Raptors in the house, 19 months a member, my good friend says something. Hang on. By the time they get X-Men out, no one will care. We're already there, folks. I'm sorry. If your FOMO is your audience, and your audience is represented as $117 million, you lost your audience. One of the things that, again, I'm gonna keep saying, whether it be here, Midnight's Edge, WW Pro, at Park Place, if you go back in time just 5 years and count ticket sales on the masterful movies, the Marvels, everything like that. If you go back and you count tickets rather than money, they have fewer butts and seats across the board with everything. And then that's been the direction they've been driving it for a long time, much to the chagrin of the exhibitioners, because the cinemas, in order to stay open, they have to pay the inflation prices as well for their employees, insurance, everything that comes with the responsibility of operating theater complex. So nobody's making any more money, and arguably they're making much less. It's just true. They are filling in where they can with popcorn buckets and other merchandise that seems to have some appeal to some people. But I think you're right. SFX of 314 Sabretooth Raptor. I think by the time they get it, like a real X-Men movie out, nobody's going to care. This Dr. Doom disaster is coming, whether we want it or not. Jaco Ellers, what's up, my friend? Says, love your channel, Culture. Well, I appreciate that, Jaco, and thank you for being here for so long. Here from the very beginning. The very beginning. Speaking of Barry music, I saw in the chat. And this is amazing. Lisa McTD says, how do you feel about anime, Mr. Culture? I love it. I'm going to tell you, I have said this now for over, almost 2 decades. Long time. My favorite anime series is Last Exile. I think that if you ever get a chance to watch that, it has an extraordinary amount of heart. It approaches things in a way that gives the characters just immense growth throughout all of the discs that you can go through. I'm really loving One Piece, the live action recreation. Of course, One Piece is like a lifetime of material, to be fair. So no, but I love anime, and I actually go on Brandon the Anime guy's channel and some other people that are way into it. Ronan66, who's here on YouTube. He and I have had many conversations very early on in both of our careers. He's really refined his channel. So does Brandon, to be fair. Yeah, so I love me some anime. So there you go, Lisa. Let's see. We got another super duper chat rolled through the door from one of our good friends. Pilgrim Media for another 2 Culture Casino Cash says, my theater is almost completely automated. Yeah. And I'm actually experiencing that now. One of the entertainment complexes I go to is not just a bunch of theaters. It's also an arcade, kind of a pizza restaurant, kind of a bowling alley, and pickleball courts. So I love going there because there's a lot of stuff I can do. And and it's got the movie theater seats and everything, and the seating arrangements and all that are just super duper comfy. Plus I can have pizza or sushi while I'm eating my movie. Come on now. That's exactly what you want, isn't it? Especially sushi. And it's good sushi. It's not even bad sushi. Apex says, Marvel, put the original X5 or 5 X-Men. The original. How did I read that backwards? The original 5 X-Men members in X-Men. That'd be great. By the way, too many opportunities missed. Crimson Ghost. Good to see you. And welcome. Amazing neat. All right. Oh, wait, we got that already. Yeah. But no, I mean, it's possible for me, because of the way you buy tickets and everything else, to only talk to an employee one time when I go to my theater and just show them the little QR code. That's it. Scan the QR code. They tell me where it is. Of course, the little ticket stub thing already tells me where the movie is. So it's crazy. And this is the other problem, Fat Elvis, is the concession prices are getting ridiculous. True story. True story. I want to say to those of you on the green machine, thank you. You are incredible. Weatherman is generous, and all of you are appreciated. What do we got? 11 Alpha. Grogu, crypto, and popcorn buckets. Who needs good storytelling? You know, that's frustrating, right? I get you. I know exactly where you're coming from. We need good content. We need to step away from this nonsense. True story. And look, I mean, as bad as things are going to people who are observant looking at the Disney company, to institutional investors, it looks fine. Despite the fact that, and hear me out, because I was trying to convey this yesterday over on Pro's channel. They have a stalled flat stock price for a decade. Since 2015, there has been no appreciable growth at Disney in almost any way. Outside of streaming, which has been a boondoggle and probably won't be anything bigger than that in the future, especially if you're losing 700,000 subscribers, which may be one of the reasons why they aren't going to report subscribers for Disney Minus anymore. And, you know, the consolidation of it all, if they're already having to retract, they've got big problems. They spent too much money developing material for a platform that is a novelty. It's something for people to easily discard. And I think Disney's now finding out that people can discard a Disney vacation as well. I know they had profits tick up, but the bleeding for them was in cinema. The red ink was deep. It is what it is. It is what it is. Dearest is in the house. What is up, my friend? It's been a minute. Last Exile was enjoyable, but like most, it takes an odd left turn in the series in the third act. Oh, yeah, that's certainly true. But still, I love it. I'm weird. I think that's my favorite one. I'm almost certain. I think I've been saying that for a long, long time. Okay. Wow, I'm going to get a lot of anime recommendations now. That's the only thing about talking about anime, because everybody gets real passionate about it. You get like 1,000 recommendations. Blue Submarine number 6 and Vampire Hunter D were the only animes I really liked. Yeah. I don't think I've seen Blue Submarine number 6 at all. Vampire Hunter D, I can understand. There's a few out there. That like I would go back and revisit. Trigun is still spectacular, super fun. And you know what? And this is something that I seem to have missed. Let me see if I can find. There it is. This is what I was looking for from our friend Pilgrim Media for 2 Culture Casino cash. Who doesn't love Jean Grey? I love Jean Grey. Do you love Jean Grey? She's amazing. You know, the first time through the series of films, things were great. Halle Berry was great. You know, everything that was the flow was great. This is back when Jean-Luc Picard converted Patrick Stewart into the Doctor, Professor X. I don't know. I loved Magneto. That run was just almost perfect. I didn't really appreciate the reboot as a lot of people did. The first class of people raved about, and I was like, this is enjoyable. But again, you know what's different though? I'm not saying, wow, that was repulsive. That was a terrible story. Why did they do that? How come this is so centered on the feminine or any of the other things that I've been complaining about recently? What, you know, mostly lack of story. I found Superman had some slow. Look, I'm going to tell it like it is. Superman had some slow parts, but the most offensive movie to me up until the Fantastic Four Final Steps was the dinosaur movie, because I found it boring. But here's the thing: there was a movie there, and there are a lot of people love that movie, and a lot of people love dinosaurs. And you know what? Don't call people stupid for liking dinosaurs. I mean, this is the other thing I don't understand. Why are you attacking the people who are the patrons of this art? This is where I don't get people like John Roca or any of these other Nimrods out there. I don't get it. I mean, if you're going to call the people who are patronizing this art, I'm going to call you names, because you're silly. I mean, and every time that, you know, Campia starts to ingratiate himself to an audience again, he finds a way to do something that irritates a lot of people. I don't get it. I don't get it. I want you guys to go to a movie and enjoy it. I mean, look, Naked Gun. Lots of people love that. Cheap movie. Didn't cost all that much money. I think $42 million budget. I'll have to look that up, but I'm just pulling that out of my brain. But I mean, there was a chance to do something great. And you know what? They went for it. And it sounds like we're going to get another one, especially if it actually keeps ticking away at the dollars in the theaters. And, you know, the thing that's bothering me now is that the numbers, which is one of the primary locations people go to find movie data, are, as I pointed out in today's video, way behind. By 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they did not have the numbers from the day before. In other words, on a Tuesday, they did not have Wednesday. That's not good. Should have that stuff. John the Beagle Dad, good to see you, my friend. Look at all these great people here. They need to include Wolverine if they make another X-Men movie. I think they do. They have a problem now because they're mixing now the age frames. This again, it's lazy writing to rely on a multiverse because nothing matters at that point. And then it's causing such a muddled mess with the characters you're going to represent going forward. Is Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, the future? Are they going to have to recast? Is the joke that was made in Deadpool going to actually come to fruition and Hugh Jackman's going to be Wolverine till he's 80? I don't know. Pretty wild. Hey, Lash is in the house. Good to see you. Chrisman Ghost did not enjoy Naked Gun. It happens. Again, I always feel like if there's an audience for a movie, the audience will find it. If there's no audience for a movie, they won't find it. They won't seek it out. They won't look for it. That's what Disney's been experiencing, to be fair. Read by Nature says didn't jive with First Class either. Was glad to move on from them. Yeah, it was again, nothing against any of the actors or actresses. It's just wasn't my thing. Didn't seem to work. Didn't click. I was rooting for the dinosaurs in that movie. So was I. But here's the problem. I just was like, every time that they're telegraphing, it's like a bad horror movie, in my opinion. But people were loving the dinosaurs. I think dinosaurs are great. I just, if I know which dinosaur is going to eat the next person, I don't know if that's just if that was just me. If I just had somehow, I knew or saw the future when I was watching the movie, and I saw it 10 days before everybody else. It was wild. Let's see. Hey, Tony Piacente for 5 Culture Casino Cash. Thank you, Tony. Says there's definitely a place for stupid, funny comedies. There is. It's nice to turn off the brain and laugh sometimes. I'm with you. And thank you, my friend, for your contribution today. But again, I mean, we're all going to have different opinions on movies. Some we're going to like some, we're not going to like some. I am like, I'm having a fight with one of my friends privately. I'm not going to say who, about, a certain horror film right now. And I'm going to acquiesce and watch it again and render my opinion freshly, as freshly as I can. So we'll see. But when it comes to comedies, we don't have enough. So I'm going to be thankful for what we're getting, to be fair. Speaking of being fair, another merchant. Holy cow, for 5 Culture Casino Cash. Thank you for that. Another merchant. Much appreciated. Saying a shameless plug, but if interested, I put up a test video for a fake pitch for a Dread show I'd like to see on a test channel. Some guy, Rafe, if interested. I tell you what, I'm going to go check that out. So, in fact, I'm going to do this wonderful thing called, hang on, I got to change the mode, called Windows Snip. And new. So I now have a captured image of this super chat, so I can go and find this later. So there's that. Yeah, I'm getting old. So have I ever seen Train to Busan? Yes, and I've said very complimentary things. SFX of 314, a Saber-Tooth Raptor drops another $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Saying they need to do a Jurassic Park movie about a vampire lawyer who flaps his arms and flies away from a T-Rex with a toilet strapped to his feet. Gold. Skibbity dinosaur? I don't know. That's bonkers sauce, SFX. That's wild thoughts. Wild thoughts. Days of Future Past was the best X-Men movie, but a pale comparison of the comic by John Bryce. Oh, it jumped on me. There we go. And Chris Claremont. Yes. Yes. All right. Rooftop Korean, Mr. H and Dog Soldiers. I'm going to try and watch it again. I found no joy in it whatsoever. If it wasn't free, I wouldn't be watching it again. Anyway, Archer Merchant for another 2 Culture Casino Cash says, I got bored in a hotel room one day, hence test. Hey, I'm all for it. I've been watching a lot of creations lately. Robert, the filmmaker, you can actually find Robert's movie. It's called 15 Days, like 15 days. You can find it for free over on Tubi. You can watch it and see that we do have creative people out here in the universe trying to make new stuff for all of you. All y'all, he says. Juliet's reminding everybody, hit the thumbs up button right down there if you haven't already. If you're watching on the replay, no, just of course hit the thumbs up button, but also put in the comments below hashtag replay gang. That's right, you're part of the replay gang, and it helps. Peter D says, Dog Soldiers is so bad. Look, I and that's the other problem. I like corny movies, especially corny horror films, right? So like I'm gonna be okay with that. Just like I am with the goofy comedy from the 80s, Weird Science, right? You know, with Chet's head. Yeah, that was not good. Not good effects. Ram Bam 3000 for 2 British pounds. This is proper money, folks. Proper money, British pounds. Next movie, they need to give the T-Rex nunchucks. Dude, Nunchuckosaurus. I'm with you. I'm with you. And you sent it twice. Did you mean to send that twice? Ram Bam 3000. Did you mean to send that twice? Thank you if you did. If you didn't, I'm sorry. I don't know if it got received twice on the text side or if it actually went through twice. I don't know. Don't know. Upchuckosaurus. T-Rex finds a bottle of Epicac. Oh, man. And instead of eating people, it just yaks all over them. Gross. Anyway, let's not talk about that. Randall Orser, The Whole Truth is good Thai horror movie about siblings who discover a hole in the wall of their grandparents' house. That sounds interesting. By the way, Randall Orser is quite the authority on some really interesting foreign films. So there you are. Weatherman, who has been incredibly generous today. Amazing stuff. For $5 in a Rumble rant, says, now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds. J. Oppenheimer. Yeah. This was the day we dropped a new clear fire cookie on Japan, and that's why the quote, hopefully no one else has to do it. Indeed. Let's not do that anymore. Chrisman Ghost tells the truth. Weird Science wouldn't be made today. Can't have a hot chick in there. Kelly was too pretty. Crazy stuff. Joe Powers' friends hang around after this. That's right. Midnight's Edge in the morning is coming up later. You've got streams everywhere today, whether it be, obviously that Park Place, WDW Pro, Valiant Renegade. You're going to want to pick up all the little tidbits you can because it's what we're going to be talking about for a while. On that note, we're going to wrap things up. I want to say thank you to all the financial contributions and all of your presence today. That's right. The fact that you've been chatting back and forth between each other and with me, I just want to say thank you again. Interaction is the key to success. So go check out today's video if you haven't already and make comments in there. Comment to each other. Be nice. Be nice to other people. And, if you don't have anything nice to say, you may not want to say anything at all. I know. Something your mom told you. Culture mom. That's weird. All right. Tony Piacente tries to get the last word with 5 Culture Casino cash. He's actually succeeding, apparently. Hang on. Why can't I get freaking T-Rex with freaking layers on their heads? I don't know. I think it'd be neat. I would love to have lasers. Lasers! That just figured out what you were saying. Freaking lasers! That's right. Yeah, that looked like a bad voice to text, but I figured it out. On that note, how do you guys want to go out today? You want to go out you want to go out wizard style? Be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others. And until next time, see ya. Go watch the videos. Don't delete the video.